Hi guys, it's David John Jeffrey here, and today I'm live on my art desk, and I'm going to be drawing or painting rather a particular picture for you today, and it's taken straight from the Bible. So for those Christians out there, you're going to be seeing me draw from the book of Genesis, and basically I'd like to draw the Bible's account of creation for your very eyes. Not done this before, and so I like trying new experiments with colors, playing with new paints and such. I've got some paints here. These are the Windsor and Newton oil colors. Okay, I've only got a few. The select yellow, red, black, and white, blue. So we'll see how it goes. And playing with some brushes. Today's brushes I'm going to be using are the Bouldermere that I really enjoy, and I'm also going to play with some other odd brushes that I have been handed over by Sukio from Sukio's art channel. She has handed me a bunch of brushes, and she said, off you go, have a play and see what you think of them. So that's one of the things I'm going to be doing today on the side. But I'm also going to be reviewing Windsor Newton oil colors, because I've done it a couple of times, but I didn't really review it and tell you. Now I've got my paper here, and I've got my palette over here, purely for ease, to see if that stays, and let's see how it goes. So according to the Bible, the order of creation, from Genesis chapter 1, in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth was formless and empty or void, and darkness covered the deep waters. So the first thing we see in creation is water. So water equals blue. Okay. Because there's no light in creation at the very beginning of creation, I'm going to use a very dark blue. I'm going to mix a little bit of black with my blue, just to create a dark shade of blue, and see how it pans out. Okay, so let's see what happens now. So starting with the blue, the first thing I notice is this really thick paint, and that's nice, but a little bit too thick for me. So I'm going to add some oil into this, some oil medium. Never get these off. And I'm using Daler Rowley oil mediums. Okay, so that's the preferential choice. I'm going to just pop this here in the corner so it doesn't go everywhere, and I can dip into that as I wish. So there we go. So there's, I put that into there. There we go. So it makes a little bit of a smoother feel to it. Oh, it's too black. Oh, there we go. There we go. So it's a dark blue. I can just about make out the darkness of that blue. There you go. You can see it coming through there on the palette. So if I start by streaking this thick dark blue, okay, and I'm doing it Bob Ross style in the sense of waving it everywhere, just getting some color here more than anything onto the page. I'm using a watercolor pad. Let me show you which one. This is the one you can get in the Works, which is quite a cheap shop in England, and it's a watercolor for Crawford and Back. Okay, it is acid free, so for me that's the important bit. I'm very important. I like to use as much acid-free and light-fast colors as I possibly can. For those of you who don't know, light-fast is basically just a rating which tells you how long it's going to last in the without any with light in the light, because over time, I don't know if you noticed, if you have an old painting you've never had light-fast rating on it, it fades over time and you're stuck with a dull piece of paper. I've got a couple of paintings I've done in the past. I've got one of a cross being carried up onto a hill, and unfortunately, look at that, they're already, bristles are coming off the paintbrush. And on that cross picture, it's pretty bad. This is pretty bad. Look at this. Oh no. Okay, anyway, it's pretty bad because you can't see it anymore, basically. So because it's died over time. Now I'm gonna switch brushes because this brush has clearly had its day. Take to another brush. Try this one instead. This looks a bit tougher. Okay, so that's the first bit. We've got waters, and this is the water. Okay, good. Right. So the earth was formed as an empty and darkness covered the deep water, so it's a dark water. And the Spirit of God was hovering over the surface of the water. So how are we going to draw the Spirit of God? Let's see, shall we? Let's see what's best. Okay, I'm thinking the Spirit of God will probably be white. Okay, it's clear. It makes sense to me. So I don't know if it makes sense to you, but I'm going to go with the Spirit of God being white. So let's use thick white. This is a soft mixing white. Okay. I'm just going to blob it there. I'm just going to use it straight as is. It's not as thick as the blue, so it should work quite nicely. I'm just going to put the white over the top like this. Okay, so this is the Spirit of God hovering over the waters. Okay, it's quite nice. There we go. Okay, so in my eyes, that's how the Spirit of God looks like. Let's do a little bit more of the blue because it's coming up a little bit there. There we go. So it kind of feeds into it slowly. I've got a bit of bristle here from the last brush that fell to pieces. Take that off. There we go. Right. There we go. Right. Okay. And God said, "Let there be light." This is the key moment in the scripture. So for the light, I'm going to use yellow. Yeah. And there's my yellow. I'm going to use quite a lot of that. And I'm going to mix it in with the white because God's light is not just going to be straight yellow. It's going to be bright yellow, bright white. And I feel that it's going to be like taking up most of the sky. So for that, I'm going to use a massive brush because I want to brush across the whole sky and mix it up like this, like so. So it's like a bright yellow. There we go. How's that look? It looks okay for now. Okay. Bob Ross would say there's nothing wrong. You can't do anything wrong in an oil painting. So there we go. That's the Spirit. That's God saying, "Let there be light," and I see it as a massive amount of yellow. Yeah. Okay. God said, "Let there be light," and it was so. And there's the light. Okay. Right. So, hold on. Let me just clean this up a little bit. This brush. Okay. Okay. So, just cleaning my brush there for the next bit. So, and God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And the light, he said, was good. This is good. And he separated the light day and the darkness night. So I need a bit of darkness, more darkness. So let's go for darkness. Okay, so we can really put a separation between the light and the darkness there. There we go. Okay, so we've got two sides. We have light and we have darkness. This is it. Yeah? That makes sense. Okay, right, there we go. Okay, we'll wash the brush again, clean it up a bit. There we go. Good. Right. Okay, so, and then he separated the light from darkness. He called the light day and the darkness night, and the evening passed, the morning came, making the first day. This is the first day. Then God said, let the space between the waters to separate the waters of the heavens from the waters of the earth. Waters in heavens and waters on earth. So there has to be water in the sky now. Okay, so let's try that. Put some water into the sky. So let's get the blue. Okay, here it is. Yeah, get some more of that darker blue there. Here it is. Putting the waters into the skies. There we go. So here we are. Painting God's creation. Here it is. We get as much water as I can up there. Yeah. There we go. So we got the separation of the waters in the skies and the separations of the waters on the earth. That makes sense. Okay. And that is what happened. God made this space to separate the waters of the earth from the waters of the heavens. He called the space sky. So the waters in the sky, there you go. And the evening came, the morning came, marking the second day. Then God said, let the waters beneath the sky, there we go, flow together in one place so that dry land may appear. Now here's the land side of things. So we have to create land. And obviously land can come up with any real color per se. I'm going to create it as a darker kind of shade, like a blacky green kind of color. To do so, I'm going to mix the blue with the yellow. In fact, we can take down some of this yellow and put it into here. Could work out. Yeah, there's comes some green, but that's the wrong shade of green. We need darker green than that. So let's get some of this down there. There we go. It's much darker. Get some black into there as well, I think. That'll probably be nicer. There we go. So a really dark color, just to create the illusion of a land. We'll put the land here because we're separating the waters. So there's a bit of land across here. Okay. And then let's just draw a line, make it a bit easier for us. Drawing some hills up here. There we go. Okay, very simple. Okay, and let's have some water here so we can keep some water in place. So here we go. So we've got water, we've got land on both sides like this. That's quite nice. Okay, and we've got definitely a space of water here, but let's bring this across a little bit more. Bring some more darkness over here for the land. Okay, really just to filter it out a little bit more. There we go. Okay, we've got a bit of like a lake going on here. I'm going to need to have a little bit of blue to make that lake a little bit more obvious. Yeah. Okay, put that there for now. Right, so I'm just going to put a little bit darker color there, darker blue, into here for the lake. There we go. I need to put some more water in because I'm going to cover up the yellow, the white of the paint of the paper, to be honest. So there we go. So this is the blue from the sea, and there is a definite difference between the land here and the sky. Now we've created a real land mass coming on here, which is quite nice. Okay, so that is. I might get a bit more water down here. Okay, there we go. So right, so we've separated it. The waters of the earth, and God made this space to separate the waters of the earth. Done that bit. So let the water beneath the sky flow together into one place. There we go. So the ground may appear. And this is what happened. God called the dry land land and the waters the seas, and he saw that it was good. There we go. So just to add a bit more clarity to the ground here, I'm going to add more of black here. And I'm just going to make it a little bit clearer by adding mountain areas here. Like that. There we go. A little bit more land like that. There we go. Okay. So hills. Just want to make it clear that we do have. It's not just random blackness here. There is actually land, and land here. It's got to be a lot clearer than this. There we go. There we go. Right. There we go. So, yeah. So there's our land, and now, like I said, I've got to create got to cool the land was right, and let the land sprout with vegetation of every kind of seed-bearing plant, kinds of plants, of trees and stuff. So in Bob Ross style, I'm going to create some happy trees. So bear with me a second while I clean the brush again. Getting some ink on the Bible. There we go. Okay, so to do that, I definitely need to create green, a dark green, but a green all the same, because the trees are in the shadow. It's quite dark on this land. So bear with me while I create green. So let's take some blue over here, and I'm going to pick up some of that yellow and mix it in to make the green. Okay, that's not enough yellow. I see that straight away. Put some more over. In fact, I could just put the blue over it here. That would create better yellow, better green. Oh, there you go. Okay, mixing around, getting different shades. Love getting different shades of green. There we go. Right. So this is the green. It's the vegetation. So I'm just going to like splot that around. There's no mistakes. There are with me. There we go. There, got some colour into it. There we go. So now the grass is definitely grassier than it was before. Okay. Got the ground to be lighter than it was before. It's nice to see. There we go. And in doing so, they're going to have some great green on the front here because this is in the foreground. I want it to look like nicer. There we go. And trees. Right, so here we go. Trees. Get some trees here. Here we go. Now, the sky, it doesn't look amazing, and I don't think it's the way God envisaged it. So I'm going to create more of a red effect in the sky to show the sunset. I mean, I wasn't there, so I probably did it not quite up to the standards of God. So I don't think God wanted it just to be a completely yellow sky. Okay, so I'm going to create a little bit more of an atmosphere. Of course, there were clouds in the sky and stuff, which I haven't drawn in at all. And I need to brush this away so I can mix. There we go. Right. So get some red, get some white, because I need that to be much lighter than it is. And as far as the paints go, they're really good. They're quite thick, so it's quite easy to move them around like this. See how I've mixed in the blue there with some of the red? It's going to come out in the sky when I do this. It's going to make it a very pinkish sky. It's going to be very interesting, in fact. So they're mixing the blue there with the red. Yeah. Allow that. I'm going to go back to the trees in a moment. Okay, there we go. See how it blends into the sky with the blue. Yeah. I'll do some of this here at the top here, like this. There we go. My phone's going off. Typical. Bad timing. Bear with me. Hello? Yeah, just bear with me. You'll have to speak to Susanna. I'm in the middle of something. Right. There we go. So, live telephone calls. Okay. Right. So, straight over the top here. There we go. So how's that look? That's quite nice. It's quite bleak. Let's just put a little bit of streaking in there. Yeah, so it's not just a flat color. Okay, and now if we get some like white, I can make some little clouds in the sky just to add a bit more feel to it, nicer feel. So let me just dip that in. Just put some clouds up there in the sky randomly. Doesn't matter where. It does in some degrees. There we go. Some up here. Put some up here. Okay. Here we go. It's nice. And I'll put some more over this side. Just add a little bit of streakiness in the sky. There we go. There we go. Okay. In fact, that's really nice to see. Some of that come across like that. In fact, I like some of this white so much. I'm going to stick some white down here as like ripples in the water. Yeah. So that's nice. Yeah. So that's a really nice look. Okay, so that now I'm going to go back into the green. Okay, now I've sorted out that a little bit more, and just like do a little tree here and there. I could put more down here. There we go. Okay, like shadowed up. I need to go a bit darker with these trees because they look a bit too bright. There we go, much brighter, much better. There we go. Okay, so people can see that that's a forest of some sort there. Okay, and so God has created now these, and of course we'll have some little dots of yellow, and we've got to like brighten it up a little bit. You know, it's not going to be completely bland. Get some red in there as well, I guess. You know, little bits of forestry. It just makes it look a bit nicer, look a bit brighter. You know, that's the point, isn't it? Making it look a little bit look like a really nice place to be. There we go. Get some more yellow on here. Here we go. Okay, so there we go. So now we've got the plantation, we've got seed bearing, please, and this is what I'm right. The land produced vegetation, and God saw it was good, and the evening passed, the morning came first. Now let their lights be in the sky to separate the day from the night. Let the lights be in the sky shine down on the earth, and this is what happens, so that he made the stars and the lights in the heavens. So I haven't got stars in this because it's still quite a light heaven. So I need to bring down the darkness a little bit in the sky. So let's just bring that down just a little bit more. So we're just going to put a little bit more darkness in the sky than it is right now. Using this color that I created over here for what was the trees, actually works okay in the sky too. Okay, so here we go. So I'm making that, coming over some of the clouding there, clouds, but it's okay. Still works. Okay. Oop. That moved there a little bit. Okay, put a bit down there. There we go. A little bit over here just to keep it in sync with each other. There we go. Now I'm going to go for real darkness at the top. Real darkness. So really thick black at the top there. It's got to be, because if it's not, I can't put in the stars and it won't look very good. Okay. So this is the sky. There we go. That's not too bad. And now we're going to do the stars. They're very simple. Looks a bit silly at the moment, but it'll work itself out. Okay, right, so there we go. So we have stars. There, that's not too bad. Right, so And so we've got the stars. So now we're on day 4. And you've got the lights and lights and the lights down below. Okay, then day 5, let the water swim with fish and other kinds of life, and the skies fill with birds. So what we're going to do for the birds is I'm going to get a thin brush, a very thin brush. I've got a thin brush here somewhere. Here's a thin brush. Here's an extremely thin brush. Don't know if you can see that. Let's bring it out to here. There we go. Okay, it's thin on one side. So there. You can't see it very well, but it's there. And I get some dark color, like black. And I just literally dab it like this. Oh, come on. Oh, it's not working. Oh, let's try it with this one. I'm going to have to cut this if I don't watch it. Don't want to cut it unless I have to. Let's try and cut it. Okay. Okay. Just merge that into the sky again and try that again. That didn't quite work out the way I planned it to. This is too thick. I need to come up with something thinner than that, so bear with me while I find another brush. So what I want to do is create some kind of zigzaggy effect, because that will make it look pretty cool. That one might work. Get a little bit more color in, because I think there was just not enough color in the palette. There we go. There we go. Right, that's plenty of color. Okay, there we go. Right, so in here, I'm just going to have here it is. There we go. Like a little M shape. It implies birds flying. Here we go. There. How's that look? It's nice. It looks like birds. This is great. So yeah, so there's my birds in the sky. Just to create the bird illusion. I'm not going to do fish on the land or whatever because it's too small. It just gives the impression. And that's it. God has created this perfect landscape. Now, as far as Windsor Newton goes, as you could see, had a bit of problem with the mixing of the colors. It's not easy when you're doing it live, when you haven't got a lot of time, but I'm hoping you can see the kind of stuff you can produce, especially even with a little bit of time on your hands. This is A3 size. If you're interested in buying it, if you like the look of it and you want to buy it, then please contact me on the YouTube channel. I'll send you an email address. I might put an email address on the side below. I'm also thinking about starting a website with these so you can purchase from the website. So yeah, tell me what you think. Leave your comments. I didn't have anyone live on the stream, but that is because I am filming ridiculously late at night. And yeah, I hope that you enjoy. And if you want to see more videos, then please let me know what you want me to review or look at. If you're interested and you want to subscribe, then please subscribe. And if you like the video, then please like and share it with anyone you think would find this kind of stuff useful. Okay? And I'll see you in the next stream next Sunday.